Hey folks, this is Vincent Utley with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to talk Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, this time with spoilers. So, if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want spoiled, do not watch this video. I released a spoiler-free video the other day. Go watch that one instead. But hey, if you're wanting to be spoiled, then I guess keep watching because we've got a lot to talk about. What you're seeing here is Star Wars for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It sucks. But out of all of the games that I own that are Star Wars on a console that are retro, this one, I guess, is the one that, I don't know, that I could play. It's terrible. I don't think we can get past the first cave, honestly. I also have Super Star Wars and Super Empire Strikes Back, and I think one or two other ones, but yeah. We're just going to play this while we talk. We're going to die a lot. Oh well. So, I guess to start us off with this whole discussion, let's start with the opening crawl. The dead speak was the first line, the first sentence of the crawl. The dead speak. You know, whenever the Star Wars.
I think we're getting shot at, by the way.
That's just the computer playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that. So the dead speak.
Okay.
First of all, I had a beef with that. It just didn't sound right. Like, I don't know. Like the dead speak. Like it sounded so out of place for a Star Wars story. For a movie. Did you feel anything when it said that?
I didn't even hear that part.
You didn't even read the part where it was like this part right here where it scrolls up?
No, I didn't pay attention to that at all.
This right this. A New Hope.
Yeah, I read the first line.
It is a period of civil war. Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil Galactic Empire. And then we've got the dead speak. How do you go from this to the dead speak? I don't know. Like,
I honestly thought it was going to turn into a zombie film. Like, I really did.
Well, The Walking Star Wars.
Star Wars Dead.
The Walking Hut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good one.
So, I don't know. Like, first of all, I will preface this by saying I like the movie better than The Last Jedi. But I still have some critiques. So, you're going to hear me complaining some. Oh well. So that was number one. Number two, are you gonna play? Is that what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah. While you talk.
Number two, I want to get this out of the way now. The way they handled Carrie Fisher in this film was pretty darn good. From my understanding, they had a bunch of clips unused from the previous films. That's how they got her in there. I think there was one part where they used a young CGI Luke and a young CGI Leia. When there was a lightsaber battle going on, like during a training. Like, I guess Luke was training Leia when it was revealed that she had her own lightsaber. And then it cut to her and Luke fighting. Well, you know, I guess not dog fighting, but, you know, battling.
Like training.
Dueling. Yeah, they were dueling and training.
Yeah.
And there was a young Leia and young Luke in that shot.
I thought they did terrible in that shot.
Really?
Yeah, it looked like a paint. Like, it looked like...
that shot was a little obvious, but I meant, like, the rest of it where old Leia, you know, I mean, the fact that she was dead through the entire making of this film...
Was she dead throughout the entire thing?
Well, yeah, they had to use clips from the previous movies.
Interesting.
So, and they had to work around that. I just thought that was impressive, the way they did it. You can duck. Pretty sure.
Oh, well, I'm dead. Oh, I don't even know how to shoot.
Press the button. All right. Did you like Carrie Fisher's?
I did. I thought it was her, honestly.
What it was her?
I mean, like, I thought it was not CGI. Like,
okay. Yeah.
I thought most of it was. I mean, I didn't like young Leia. Young Leia and young Luke was just silly. Oh my god.
I hate this game so bad.
This thing is killing me.
All right. Well, first of all, I'll say Carrie Fisher. Excellent performance. I liked her in this movie. And they did finish her off in the movie as, I mean, what else was she going to do? I'm sorry. You know, she passed away in real life. There wasn't a whole...
They killed her. Yeah.
They killed her off in this movie. And the way they did it, was kind of
silly.
I was hoping that she would go out, like, I was hoping that she would come face to face with Kylo Ren and have it out like Han did. But it didn't happen that way. She did exactly what Luke did, reached through the Force distance to talk to Kylo, and that ended up killing her, finishing her off. I didn't like that too much. I thought more could have been done there. But again, they had to work with what they had. So that's something I'll make an allowance for, you know. Number 3, the whole lightsaber battles through distance and the Force. Like, you had Rey and Kylo Ren in 2 different locations talking to each other and then lightsaber battling. They were knocking stuff over, destroying stuff in both environments. I just thought that was really weird. That's something I've never seen. Now, granted, this is the Force. It's a magical thing. It's a movie, also fictional. So, like, I have no right in saying, well, realistically, that wouldn't happen. Well, obviously, it's a movie. It's the Force. Anything can happen, I guess, if they want it to happen. Good job. 3%. But did you have an issue with them lightsaber battling through time, or not time, but through the space? Like,
yeah, when she was in the his spaceship, and he was outside in the world, right, in the actual planet, and she was in the spaceship, and they were fighting throughout time.
Yeah,
like, through time.
One was on the surface of the planet.
I thought that was okay. When he took her necklace. And they had to analyze whatever. Yeah,
they took her necklace off of her. They took her necklace off of her, and then examined it to see where she was, or what planet she was on.
Yeah.
And that's how they found her. Kylo Ren took her necklace from not millions of light years, but you get the idea. It was a weird prospect for a Star Wars. I mean, I don't know. Again, movie, the Force, I guess if you want to invent stuff, go ahead,
Yeah. It was okay. That didn't bother me as much as other things. Like, I didn't mind the whole stop and stare, and then all of a sudden smoke screen, and all of a sudden he shows up like right in front of your face.
Who are you talking about? We'll get there.
Well, no, Kylo Ren, what's her name? Rey and Ren. Vader.
I don't understand. What part was it that you didn't like?
No, like, I was talking about the same part where she was in his ship and he was in the world, like, looking for her.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you getting, like focused?
I'm trying to listen to you and do this at the same time. I told you this was a bad idea.
It's tough. I thought this would be okay because...
It's not an easy game, for the record. This game stinks.
I don't think you should focus that much on this game, though. Like, it's okay if you don't win. We're just talking. Right? Okay, so...
Did you do this one already?
Yeah.
Alright, well then, I'm not doing this again. Alright, number 4 was Chewbaccas Death and how they skirted with it. Did you have an issue with that? Take that, Luke.
I didn't care, honestly.
When Rey screamed, Chewie!
I thought he died. He came back. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I mean, they killed everyone off. They killed Han off. They killed Luke off. They killed... What I didn't like was that everyone was coming back. Han Solo came back at the end, sort of.
All right, that's a different thing. Quit jumping tracks.
No, because we're talking about Chewbacca's death, right?
All right.
So they're killing everyone off, and I figured that Chewbacca was gonna stay dead, but he didn't. So I'm like, whatever. Like, it doesn't really matter at this point because she has this stupid healing ability. She's like healing everyone left and right. It's
you mean Rey?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Rey healed Kylo Ren in one part.
She healed a snake. She healed like this giant snake that was really disgusting looking.
She healed a snake so that they can get out of a cave.
Yeah, and I mean, no one dies in this movie, so it's whatever. Like, it's not important. I have no emotional attachment to anything because everyone just comes back.
Okay, well, let's stay on topic. Okay. The question was
Chewie's death.
Chewie's death. How did it affect you? Did you care?
No, I didn't.
See, I thought it was actually good. Like, I thought, like, I mean, here we have Chewbacca, a character that is, like, iconic, that never dies. He's always, like, hearty. And the idea that he died for a short period of time, like, tugged at the old heartstrings. You know what I mean? Like, as a...
Yeah.
as a character, you know, he was like rock solid. He was the rock of the group. Mm-hmm. Even though he yelled a lot. It was, I don't know, like,
He was like the glue, I guess, right? Like,
kind of.
Like the only living old party. Like, he was the only one from the old party that...
Well, yeah, I mean, I felt like, I don't know, like, that bothered me. That.
Really? It bothered you that much?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I was shocked. I sat there in shocked, and I was like, okay, they did that.
I would have been...
That was a part where Rey and Kylo Ren were battling with the Force. Chewbacca was captured, and I guess Rey accidentally force lightninged the ship out of the sky, and ended up destroying the ship. But Chewie was actually in another castle.
Yeah.
You know, like the prince.
Ship?
Basically, yeah.
Super Mario.
Super Mario. Get it? Super Mario. Okay.
When did they bring R2D2 back? Was that in the very first new movie?
R2 has been in this since day one.
Since the first new movie with Rey, right?
R2 came back with The Force Awakens.
Yeah. So, again, it's too much playing with the heart, so at that point I didn't care. By the third movie, I just didn't care. You can't shoot in that ship, can you?
No, the speeder does not shoot.
I see. But yeah, I mean, the way she took down the ship was pretty funny. I was like...
With the Force... I wasn't expecting her to Force lightning.
I wasn't expecting that. As soon as they did that, I was like, okay, she's a Palpatine.
You think so?
Yeah. As soon as
That's what tipped it off for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What mostly tipped it off was the part where she was in that desert with the party happening once every 42 years. And that little alien asked her what her last name was. And she said, I don't have one. So I was like, wait a second. Either she's a Skywalker or she's like something else. And I was thinking Palpatine, but it didn't click. Until lightning hands. Mm-hmm. Till jazz fingers.
General Hux as the spy. Did that make sense to you?
The redhead?
The meek one that he and Kylo Ren were always at ends.
Yeah.
Did it surprise you that he was a spy? Did you...
No.
I knew who the spy was as soon as they said there was a spy. Because him and Kylo Ren were butting heads the entire time.
Yeah. I liked when he said, I don't care who wins. I just want to get rid of Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, that didn't surprise me. In the beginning, when they first asked... No, when Kylo Ren said, there's a spy among us... That guy, what was his name? General Huxby?
General Hux.
Okay. General Hux was looking at the other guy like, and I was like, oh, it's him. Obvious.
Were you sad that they killed him off?
No.
He was a throwaway character. I mean, he was just, he was grouchy.
He was funny in the first one when that first movie, like, it was like the first scene.
That's The Last Jedi.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where Poe was in the ship and Poe was taunting him.
Yeah.
That's The Last Jedi.
Can you hear me? Can you hear something like that?
Yeah. That was The Last Jedi.
Okay. That was the only time I ever liked him.
Okay. Fair enough. Number 6. How do you feel about Rey being Palpatine's daughter? Or granddaughter, rather.
Granddaughter. Again...
The dog apparently just...
She just moaned. It was fine. That was a good twist, I guess.
Were you expecting it?
After the lightning hands, yes. Before that, no. Not really. I thought she was Han's Solo daughter, like, for the longest time. Like, lost daughter or something.
Yeah, I didn't know who... I mean, but Kylo said that her parents were nothing. You know, in The Last Jedi. Come on.
Yeah, but I thought, like, she was adopted or something. Or they kidnapped her. Because who knows, like, what happens with parents in the Star Wars.
It turns out that Rey's parents were Palpatine's... Well, one of them was Palpatine's kid, obviously. Yeah. And the whole plot was Palpatine had requested Rey's presence so that he could kill her, I think it was. And
No.
the parents hit her on Jakku.
No, it wasn't so that he can kill her. It was so that she can take his throne.
No, not that soon. No. In the beginning, she was a threat to Palpatine because of how powerful she would become. So, in the beginning, he wanted her killed off to eliminate the threat. Just like Darth Vader was trying to find his kids, Luke and Leia, to kill them off so that they wouldn't pose a threat to them. But because Rey grew and became one with the Force, then that's when Palpatine said, you know what, instead of killing you, let's turn you to the dark side. That's when just like Darth Vader did with...
I didn't get that at all because Palpatine always knew that his bloodline was part of like the Dark Force, and that's why I thought the parents hid her, because they didn't want her growing up to be an empress.
Well, either he was going to kill her or turn her at a young age. I don't know what, but
I mean, he said that he wasn't going to kill her, and I never known him to be like that much of a liar. Palpatine. He said, I never wanted to kill you. I wanted you by my side, like to raise her, I guess, you know, because he knew that she was going to be that strong. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? The movie was whatever.
Obviously, whatever.
Yeah, I rated this movie 2 out of 10 or whatever. You rated it an 8. So obviously, I'm going to be a lot harsher with this movie.
Okay. I personally, I figured she was going to be someone. I would rather her be Palpatine's granddaughter than nobody at all.
Yeah.
I was kind of glad that they did bring...
They linked it.
I'm glad that she was linked to something. And it didn't bother me. I was actually that was actually quite cool. I thought they could have done a lot with that. Like, a lot more than what they did, in my opinion.
He's so concentrated.
This game sucks. No, I'm So, Rey as the granddaughter, as Palpatine's granddaughter, I kind of liked it.
Okay.
I thought it was good, and I thought that opened the door for a lot of different things. Number 7 is... I felt that they left the Poe, Finn, Rey love triangle unresolved.
There was a love triangle there? I never noticed, like, the affection.
Well, I thought there was some tension there between the three characters. And then enter Rose, and I thought, oh, well, now Finn is going to get with Rose because they kissed at the end of The Last Jedi. And then Poe was talking it up with that one chick.
The one with the helmet?
Zoril, I think her name was.
Whatever her name was. She had beautiful eyes, though.
Yeah. But I thought, okay, those two are going to hook up, and then Finn and Rey are going to get back together. No, it's like, I thought there was like a love triangle going on.
I didn't see any love triangle.
All right, maybe I was wrong. I could have sworn that there was some kind of tension there.
I think they keep it open because...
They didn't know what they were going to do.
Well, because I read somewhere that the directors or the producers or whoever wanted Poe and Finn to have a romantic relationship, and they didn't want to put any other romance there because they want in the future for Poe and Finn to have a relationship together, which I think would be absurd.
They did have kind of a bromance going on.
Bromances are fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, they were from day one. They were real. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
It's not
all this time, but it didn't make sense. No, they would have had to have come out of the closet right then and there because they were kissing women, looking at women, hoo-hawing at women. You know, between Finn and Rose, there was clear affection there between the two. And then Poe and the history with this other lady, I didn't see any sort of, you know, like, relationship between... that would have come out of nowhere. And I don't think it would have made sense. No. Based on the backstories of those two characters, a love triangle, or a love thing between Poe and Finn, to me, would not have made sense. It would be one of those, oops, we're gay. I mean, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I think if they were going to establish that as characters, it would have been done in the prior movies, and that never happened, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that. Number 7, I did that one.
Yeah.
Number 8, Kylo's redemption.
And then his death.
And then his death at the end of the movie. So...
That was annoying.
So many things could have been done here with Kylo. The way it ended, Kylo. Hold on.
I know. I'll wait.
Rey and Kylo had it out. Rey stabbed him with the saber. He was dying. Rey brought him back to life, and at that point, that's supposedly when Kylo died, and Ben was around, and that's when Han Solo made a cameo and started talking to him, which was really cool, by the way. But, like, with the title being The Last Skywalker, I thought that Rey would die, and then this was a story about Ben Skywalker rising from the bad into the good, and this story being a redemption arc. That's how I wanted it to end, personally. I actually would have preferred the movie ended with Kylo Ren dying, and then Rey. Rey was on the ground dead.
She was completely dead.
She was dead. Kylo brought her back. They kissed, and then Kylo died. So I'm like, I would have preferred it to be Rey dead, Ben finds her, mourns, and then the Force, I guess, transfers to him or something.
Yeah, the light.
And then it would be a complete redemption arc. That's something that Star Wars really hasn't done in the movies. Except, Darth Vader did redeem himself. I get that.
I guess, like, when you kill Han Solo, there's no redemption for that.
Guess not.
But I wish Rey would have stayed dead, because I never liked her character. I thought, whatever, for her. I liked Ben more, because he had a lot more diversity or something. So yeah, I was kind of sad that he brought her to life, and when they kissed, I rolled my eyes so hard, I thought I'd groan in the movie theater.
Game! Go ahead, I'm listening.
I thought I'd groan in the movie theater.
You spoke out loud.
Yes, I did.
Everyone was looking at you.
No, they weren't. You did.
I shushed you. I literally shushed you.
But you think that I don't think anyone cared as much. I don't think the movie theater had hardcore fans like you did. But all I did was say, I thought they were I whispered, I thought they were brother and sister. That's all I did. That's all I thought. That's all I said. And I really thought they were brother and sister. So, are you okay? You're gonna have an aneurysm.
I'm fine. Keep talking.
So, after he died, I was really sad. Then she comes back, and she says, at the end, she sees a holographic image or whatever, or the Force images of Leia and Luke. And
wait, we're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay,
Quit jumping ahead of the...
Oh, sorry, I have to jump ahead.
No, you don't.
Because you're dying and you're being like, oh my god, you're gonna have a stroke.
I'm good. I have this in order.
Okay. I didn't like Ben dying. That was stinky.
I already said what I preferred. With the way it ended.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it should have been a redemption arc kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Number 9, Star Destroyer and the horses.
Oh
that was the stupidest thing.
Yeah.
I like the movie, but come on, all the commander you've got in the Star Destroyer is lifting up off the ground. The thing lands on the Star Destroyer, and Finn and his friends and the horses ride out on the Star Destroyer, and they do battle. As the commander of the Star Destroyer, I could have nullified that in 5 seconds by saying, "Helm, roll right 90 degrees."
Well, did they know that they were on the Star Destroyer?
Come on, they were shooting at... If the troopers were there, they sent troopers out after them onto the surface. Why? Tilt the stupid ship.
You know what I had?
It would have killed them instantly.
You know what I had more of a problem with that, though? I hated that those horses actually looked like actual horses. And they try to put, like, mops on them.
Yeah. They Mr. Cleaned the crap out of these horses.
They look like horses. They have the face, they have the riding, and they try to make it look so alien, and it didn't come across as alien at all. They just looked like dreadlocks on horses all over their body.
It was Jason Momoa horses.
It was so ridiculous. Yeah. I hated that more than them actually riding on the ship. So yeah.
Oh, you stupid! Fuck! I have to start over. Okay, so yeah, the whole Star Destroyer, and on top of that, why did the Rebels have to land a ground team to destroy this thing? Why couldn't they have just shot the stupid transmitter with a ship, X-Wing? Proton torpedo!
Finn did actually say something when Poe said, oh, but we can't do whatever. And Finn said, we'll get ground troops. And he said, I have a plan. And I was like, okay, whatever.
3 Y-Wings, proton torpedoes, bam, right through the shield, dead transmitter. I'm just saying, like...
But wasn't there like 20 million Star Destroyers there that could have wiped them out?
Yeah, but they were close enough to land the shuttle, and they did. So why... I don't know.
Next.
Next. What was that one?
9.
Nine.
Number 9.
10.
No, we're on 9.
We're on 9.
Oh, no.
No, that was 9. 10.
Whoops.
Alright, so did you think that Palpatine was an idiot? What did you think of Palpatine's character in the movie? Was he a good villain?
He was okay. He was creepy as always.
First of all, you said that you complained about the light strobing. Like, there was just too much light strobing.
Yeah, the beginning of the movie and the ending of the movie all had, like, the lightning stuff. And it was right in front of your face, and it was throughout the whole screen, and that really actually gave me a headache. I was surprised that no one walked out of the movie theater because of that, because I was ready to walk out from that stuff alone. But, yeah. But Palpatine himself, I thought he was creepy. I wanted him to do more, but I'm pretty sure that they got the actual actors, so I understood that he was old, so he can't really, like, do a lot more.
Well, he was also thrown down a pit, electrocuted. I mean, like, he was malformed.
He was rotting.
He was physically disabled, right.
That's why I thought it was going to turn into a zombie movie. Like, I thought it would be a zombie movie. Okay.
As far as Palpatine is concerned, I didn't have a problem with him coming back for this movie. I thought it was a cool idea. I mean, Palpatine is a Sith Lord, Sith whatever, and it doesn't make sense. I mean, like, he's so powerful that, yeah, he could probably cheat death. Fine, here. So, I didn't mind him coming back as a villain. I thought the way
How do you run?
You have to hold in the shoot button.
Oh, okay.
I just thought the way that his plan was stupid. Like, as him, I would have instead of him speaking or whatever, I would have preferred him to lay low. Like, he had all these Star Destroyers that he was getting ready to unleash on all. Why did he have to say anything? Why couldn't he have just launched the Star Destroyers and just started killing all these planets?
Yeah.
Why did he have to, like, come out of hiding and speak from the dead? He didn't have to. Because the way it happened was he warned people that, hey, I've got this master plan. That gave the Resistance enough time to go in there and blow up the fleet. You know, he shouldn't have said anything. Just finish your thing, launch your ships, just blow up the planets. I don't know, like, as a character, I'm glad that he came back. His plot was stupid.
Yeah. In
my opinion. I just thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
But it was cool, though, to see him as the villain in this movie.
Yeah, I thought he was fine coming back. I mean, it was fun. It was like Lando coming back. Okay, cool.
Number 11. So as far as the cameos go, Han appearing, Lando, Wedge Antilles, he was in there for a grand total of 5 seconds as an old guy.
Like Han Solo. Han Solo was on there for like, what, 10 seconds?
More than that. He was talking to Ben for about a good 30 minutes, or 30 seconds to a minute.
Really? Okay.
I would have preferred longer cameos with some of these major characters. Like,
yeah.
I wanted to see more of Han, I wanted to see more of Luke, I wanted to see Yoda. Like,
yes.
I wanted some, you know... I mean, Yoda was talking to Luke at the end of The Last Jedi. I would have preferred a one-on-one Yoda and Rey, maybe like a grandmaster to, you know, pupil kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just it would have been cool to see something like that. But then again, the movie was already doing a lot to begin with. It was trying to fulfill all of these fan fiction, all this fan service. And I guess that would have been too much. I don't know. But I would have preferred more screen time with some of these other characters that came back.
Yeah.
Nora Wexley was someone that we see in our X-Wing game that we play. Nora Wexley was a pilot in the miniatures game that we play.
Okay.
He was in that, the larger chunky guy with the black beard.
Yeah.
That's Nora Wexley.
Oh, okay.
As far as if I'm right about that,
Okay.
pretty sure. But then Luke's X-Wing.
Okay.
I'm glad that they utilized that, and they did it in the same because in Empire Strikes Back, the X-Wing sinks into the swamp, and Luke's trying to raise it with his hand. He can't do it, so Yoda does it. And in this movie,
he actually did it.
Luke did it and was smiling and sort of grinning, not grinning, but just a smug look on his face. And he had the same look that Yoda was giving when Yoda was doing it. And so, little stuff like that, again, was complete fan service. And unless you're really a Star Wars fan, you wouldn't be picking up on this stuff.
Yeah, and the whole, you don't know or you're excited that I'm here, that Rey did.
The Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
She Jedi mind tricked 2 stormtroopers. Yeah. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi did.
Yeah. And what I didn't like, though, was when he was raising that... Right before he raised it, he gave her the Luke Skywalker, his own lightsaber, right? And he goes, treat this with respect. And it's like, well, why couldn't you do that last movie before he, threw...
That was when he was disgruntled Luke. This is, I'm no longer disgruntled, I see the light Luke. That was...
It's so disconnected, though. There's no continuity. There's no nothing in any of these movies.
I also liked... There was a moment at the end of the movie where Rey was about to die or give up from the Emperor's attacks, and all of the different Jedi from all the movies whispered to her, saying... Yeah, there was a bug.
I know, I saw that.
Worst place ever. Anyway, yeah, you have to restart the entire level. They had Ashoka Tano's voice actor from the cartoon.
Okay.
They had Anakin Skywalker. They had Obi-Wan Kenobi. All the original voice actors. Well, I'm sure some of them are dead now. But I'm just saying, they had James Earl Jones come in.
Yeah.
They got Qui-Gon Jinn. They had all of the Jedi from the previous movies were brought in to voice cast for this.
See, I didn't know that. I thought it was... I only recognized...
They got Jennifer Hale in. They got a lot of big names coming in to, voice act for that part. We are the Jedi, blah, 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 don't give up.
Yeah.
I don't know, and then the throne room in the Death Star, they went to the second Death Star. Rey went to the second Death Star to get that tracking thing, the pyramid. The Sith pyramid thing, device. That was the throne room from Return of the Jedi. Okay. And whenever she walked into that scene, the music, it was the same music as in Return of the Jedi. So I'm like, okay, so they're clearly referencing these things. They're not afraid to reference these things anymore. Mm-hmm. Now they're just living it up for the fans because that's what they want to see. I don't know. I liked all of that stuff because, again, I'm a diehard fan. So it did cater to me because I recognized it. I was fine with it. It was obvious, and in some places it was a little forced, but I thought it was okay.
Okay.
All right. Number 12. I felt that the ending battle needed more time on screen. I said this in my spoiler-free impressions. Return of the Jedi, 75% of the movie took place on Endor. And you had a space battle, you had the Ewok battle on the ground, and you had Luke and Darth Vader and the Death Star dueling it out. Mm-hmm. And that was for 50 to 75% of the movie. And this, it was the last half an hour, and I was I wanted to see the Y-Wings, and the X-Wings, and the B-Wings, and the A-Wings, and I wanted to see all of these different Resistance/Rebel ships having at it and duking it out with all these TIE fighters and TIE interceptors, TIE bombers. I wanted all that stuff. As a Star Wars fan, I wanted the pew-pews, and I didn't get the pew-pews. There was a little bit of pew-pews, but not a whole lot of pew-pews, and I was upset about that. I just thought that more time could have been spent on the Sith because the Sith were extremely powerful, and Palpatine had this crowd of Sith. Like, I don't know where this crowd came from or what they were, but they were powerful. I would have loved to have seen, like, a Sith war, you know, like, between the, you know, Rey trying to fend this stuff, you know, at the end of the movie. Something like that. Or, you know, more ship battle. So, ship battle, and then cut to the surface with Rey duking it out with various Sith. Yes, Ben and Rey did fight some of the Sith on the surface, but it was like a 2-minute battle cutscene kind of thing. It wasn't anything major. I would have preferred like a what were you doing?
I thought that was a wall. I didn't know that was the end.
Okay.
Sorry.
Any other comments on the ending?
The Sith, it was fine. I mean, I actually didn't mind it. I was just really glad that they weren't zombies.
You and your zombies.
I really thought they were going to be zombies. I was really happy.
Why would you think that?
Because he was all zombified.
Who's he?
The Palpatine guy. He was all zombified, and you know, he came back from the dead, and then
Rick Grimes would have come out.
Yeah,
Carl.
Like all those Star Destroyers.
No, Carl.
All those Star Destroyers look like they came back from the dead. So I thought they were. I really honestly
the way it was shot, yeah, like they were rising through the clouds.
Yeah.
And you saw all those Star Destroyers. I mean, like, as Star Destroyers, they've got tons of turbo lasers. They should have been able to take all of them out. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Those resistance ships would have been screwed.
Oh, I'm so good at this.
I hate this game.
I actually like this better than the movie. I do.
Get out. Get out. Number 13. At the end of the movie, Rey said something. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was an old lady that said, "Who are you?" Yeah. And Rey said, "I'm Rey." And what's your family name? And she was torn.
No, she said Rey who?
Rey who, right. And then she said, she thought about it, and she was like, well, I'm a Palpatine, but I don't want to be a Palpatine. You know, it's in her head, that's what she's thinking. Yeah. And then she sees the force of Luke and Leia, the force ghosts of Luke and Leia. And then she says, I'm Rey Skywalker. Mm-hmm. Did that bother you?
Yes, it did.
Why did it bother you?
Fudge, because I just died. Because... I mean, it was identity theft. Like, it gets me so mad. Like, she's not a Skywalker. Why would you lie? Just say you're a Palpatine. And, you know, people are obviously going to be against you for being a Palpatine, but... Yeah,
but Palpatine is evil. Everyone knows that. So why would you want your last name to be affiliated with someone like that?
Because you're gonna be like the only Palpatine known to defeat your own, you know? And then people would think, oh, okay, so no matter what, even if it's her own blood.
But that puts a target on your head. You know how many people that want to kill her after anyone found out she was Palpatine's granddaughter?
Yeah, well, still, what about when people will want to kill her for being a Skywalker when she actually isn't?
Why would anyone want to kill her for being a Skywalker?
Because then they'll find out that she's not a Skywalker.
Who's going to tell them? Everyone's dead.
I know, but still. Finn knows. Oh, that's the one thing I freaking hated in the movie. The way that Finn kept feeling things, he kept saying, "Oh, I feel this." He was acting like Rey throughout the whole friggin' movie, and I thought that he was gonna be a Skywalker. I thought he was
Force sensitive because in the first Force Awakens, he had a blue lightsaber and he was battling Kylo Ren.
Did he? Okay.
I thought there was gonna be like a dual Jedi thing going on with Finn and Rey. I thought there was gonna be. Like, maybe Finn was going to turn into the good guy and Rey was going to turn into the bad guy. Mm-hmm. Or vice versa. Well, it wouldn't have made sense for him to turn from the First Order to the dark side. It would have been a better story for Finn to...
Finn is a minute character. I never liked Finn or Poe or Rey. I don't like any of these characters.
But yeah, I don't understand why. I mean, I don't understand why Finn was all like that. It gave me the impression that he was Force sensitive. Maybe he is, but they didn't expand on that.
That was just,
and I think that was a missed opportunity. If that was the intent, That was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. I that frustrated me so much. Go run! Just run!
I can't run when I'm hopping on spikes.
That's close though. Yeah, that was so annoying because it seemed like he knew that she was a Palpatine.
I'm done with this level.
No, come on.
I'm going to Mos Eisley. We're almost done.
So I was annoyed that it seemed like he knew she was a Palpatine, but they never actually. You can't go through there. They never actually said anything about that. He was just like, what did he say? He was like, oh, I know the truth, and Leia does too. But, like, okay, they didn't expand on that. Oh, I can't stand these characters. I'm sorry.
Obviously.
It's a whatever type of movie. Listen, these new movies are actually making me tired of Star Wars, even the original ones. So that's why I get frustrated, because it's like, when you keep milking a cow, it's gonna dry up. You know, and they're milking this cow, and I'm so over it. Like, there's nothing there anymore. That's my personal opinion. I'm sorry.
You're allowed to have your opinion, even though you're wrong. No, I'm kidding. That's all I had. But as far as like the movie goes, I was fine with it. I thought it was action packed. It was decent. Yes, there were some holes. But I felt like it did tie some things up at least, so I was kind of happy about that.
I'm just hoping that this is the last one and they don't have any more. I think the original Star Wars were great because it was ahead of its time. Now with all these other movies, it's just they're overly produced. They're remakes or they're expanded on, but. I don't know. It's mediocre at best, with terrible characters.
I'm not saying it was a super great, awesome movie.
Yeah.
It was good. I thought better than The Last Jedi. I thought it was better than The Last Jedi.
I think that's your fan talking, like your fan head talking.
Why?
Because these new movies were terrible.
If I had to compare the, why can't I compare the movies?
No, I'm kidding. It's just. I don't know. I don't know. I just think that the original movies were beyond. This game is beyond better.
This game stinks.
I like this game. I do. I don't know. Maybe I just think. Maybe I'm just being so harsh on it because I expected more. I really think I expected a lot more. My bar, I guess, was raised way too high. Because, you know, Star Wars is a pretty amazing movie, you know? I mean, it was something so out of the box that nobody else thought of. And it's sad when you see people try to expand on it, but it doesn't work. So that's my thing. Oh, you can be different characters?
Yeah, well, you can switch between Luke and Han. C-3PO just talks to you. You can find Obi-Wan Kenobi in a cave somewhere in that mess of levels. Okay. I just didn't feel like doing it.
Aw, it was probably that level that we kept dying.
Probably.
Aw.
Your objective is to find the characters and then find the Millennium Falcon shields so that you can leave.
You're gonna be stuck in this world forever, in this planet.
I'm done with it. I'm officially done with this game. It sucks.
See, now you know how I feel about the movie. I'm just saying. Can you go? What's in the cantina? Could you?
I was just in there. That's where Han was.
I see.
All right, folks. Well, there you go. I believe that was most of everything in the movie.
Just
if you have any comments about it, you know, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. No. I would buy this movie and watch it again. I really would. Not as good as the original trilogy, in my opinion. I think 4, 5, and 6, and then Rogue One, those are the ones to beat. And then we have The Force Awakens. I liked that one, even though it sucked that Han died in that one. Then we have this movie, and then The Last Jedi, and then we've got the first 3. Phantom Menace being the worst movie ever, because oops, the movie.
Wait, oops, which one was that one?
With the little kid Anakin.
Oh,
little kid Anakin. He's in a spaceship, destroying everything. All the bad guys. Oops, what does this button do? Oops, what? I better call for... Oh, whoops, R2.
That was a mistake.
Oh my god. And then Jar Jar Binks just fumbling through just destroying droids left and right like Scooby-Doo would. In a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it. It was too silly.
Yeah.
And then, but, so it would, my thing is 4, 5, 6, Rogue One,
Okay.
7, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
That's my ranking.
Mine is 2, 3, 1.
Huh?
The original of the original
5,
movie.
6, 4 then.
What? Oh.
Episode 5 was Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Or, I mean, Empire Strikes Back. Which one did you just say?
Original Luke Skywalker with
Right.
Han Solo and
The first, and you talking
when
about?
her scantily dressed.
That's Return of the Jedi.
Okay, that one first.
With the Ewoks.
Yeah.
That's Return of the Jedi,
Okay,
6.
That one first.
Okay.
And then the one before that.
Empire Strikes Back, 5.
Okay, and then the very first one.
A New Hope, 4.
Yeah, and that's it. There's no more. There's no such thing as.
What about the first 3? Did you care for Jar Jar Binks?
No.
And what about the third one that was really dark? When Anakin turned to the dark side and they fought in the lava planet. You didn't care. Mustafar?
No.
Game over.
That's fine.
Just in time.
Well, the one that I actually did like after the original 3 is Rogue One. I actually liked Rogue One.
Rogue One was awesome.
Because everyone died.
Spoilers!
Hey, this is a spoiler movie. This is a spoiler video.
Yeah.
Everyone died in Rogue One. I was okay with that. You know, whatever.
There you go, folks. Again, any comments, leave them in the below. If you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince and Idly. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
I want to burn this game.
Why? It's a fun game.
Sucks.
What? No, it's not that bad.